Yeah, it was good, y'all. My bad. I'm trying to get my shares on and shit. Yeah, man. Tough loss tonight, man. Tough loss tonight. I could be mad. I am a little mad because I feel like there's one or two things that we could have done different that probably shaped the outcome of this game a little bit differently. But I'm not super mad because we showed a lot of fight coming down the stretch. Jalen Brunson was doing his thing. You feel me? So I'm not like super mad, but I am highly disappointed. We're gonna talk about it. Just give me a second. Bear with your boy. Shout out to everybody in the building already. Just bear with your boy for real. Yeah, but man, I don't I don't get Tibbs sometimes, man. I don't get him. I really have a hard time understanding what he be watching to make him make the decisions he make as far as his personnel on the court. Like I don't get it a lot. You feel me? Like I'm really perplexed. I'm probably going to need somebody to try to make it make sense to me because I honestly don't get it most of the time. Like tonight was one of those nights where I don't understand where his decision making was as a coach. Uh, for instance, Quentin Grimes was playing in my eyes great defense on John Morant. John Morant is a special talent. You ain't going to just straight up shut John Morant down. But for what I was watching, Quentin Grimes was doing a decent job against John Morant. So I don't understand. Don't get me wrong. Cam Reddish was doing some dope stuff. Uh, yeah, Cam Reddish was doing some dope stuff while he was out there, but it was painfully obvious to me from my vantage point that he couldn't stay in front of Ja. And Ja was just too quick for him, and which makes sense. You feel me? Cam Reddish is freaking 6'8" or 6'9" or something crazy like that. It makes sense that he would have a hard time staying in front of John Morant. But I don't feel the same could be said for Quentin Grimes tonight. I think Quentin Grimes did a great job. Think he did a great job fighting over screens. Him and Mitchell Robinson when they ran the pick and roll with Steven Adams did a great job of trapping John Morant. They gave him a difficult time the whole first half and the beginning of the third quarter. John Morant really didn't start going off in his game until Cam Reddish was the primary defender coming down the stretch, and he was pretty much getting whatever he wanted. So that's the part that bothers me. Like, what was Coach Tommy T watching that made him say Cam Reddish is playing better defense on John Morant than Quentin Grimes was? Don't get me wrong, Cam did some really good things tonight, but I feel like so did Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes had a pretty decent game, man. He and he you could say that Cam Reddish made some great playmaking plays. Quentin Grimes was doing the same thing. Quentin Grimes, I think he had like 5 assists tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Right? He had 4 assists tonight. He didn't score a whole bunch. Uh, he didn't score a whole bunch, but I felt like his defense and he was making some solid, you know, uh, playmaking plays for him to had to stay on the court. Uh, Cam Reddish, to me, in my eyes, was not doing a good job on defending John Morant. He could not stay in front of him. I do not understand why the decision was made to put Cam Reddish in over Quentin Grimes, especially in a situation where you know that Jalen Brunson is going to take over the game. Like, because that's what Jalen Brunson did. He took over the game. We did not need Cam Reddish in the game coming down the stretch. We didn't. We needed Grimes. Grimes was doing a great job. And for the life of me, another thing that I don't understand, for the life of me, I do not understand why Hartenstein at this point is getting minutes over Jericho Sims. Hartenstein was getting bullied tonight. He's not strong enough to guard somebody like Steven Adams, bro. He's not strong enough, and he was getting bullied tonight. He was out of position multiple times on defense. Uh, they were saying that he has an inflamed Achilles. It's clearly affecting his mobility. I don't understand why he's getting the minutes over Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims is playing great basketball. You having a hard time keeping them off the offensive boards. Why is Jericho Sims not in the game? Why is Hartenstein getting these minutes? Listen, and I like Hartenstein. I like Hartenstein. I think Hartenstein has gave us some good games, but at the same time, you need to be watching the game and making adjustments to what's happening in the game. For instance, Hartenstein is getting bullied. Jericho Sims is not a player that he's not shooting a lot of baskets, so you can't be like, oh, he was on the bench. Dwayne was good. Oh, he was on the bench, so he wouldn't be in rhythm. Jericho Sims don't need to be in rhythm to grab rebounds, son. And I think tonight he could have helped us a lot on the boards, man. He could have helped us a lot on the boards. We got out rebounded tonight, 50-42, and I think most of that was happening when Hartenstein was on the court. They had 16 offensive rebounds tonight. That's atrocious. You feel me? That's atrocious. And I think a lot of those happened when Hartenstein was on the court. You feel me? Sims needed to play tonight. Grimes needed to be in, especially in the fourth quarter guarding um John Morant. I think these are the two things that lost us the game. I think I don't understand sometimes what Coach Tommy T be watching to make him make these decisions. I can't see where he was watching the game and said, "Oh, Quentin Grimes is doing a bad job guarding John Morant. We need to put Cam Reddish on him down the stretch." No, and I think Quentin Grimes was doing some decent things on offense too, getting to the basket, kicking out. Like I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It's mind-boggling to me. You know, I don't understand it. You can't really make a case for Hartenstein getting PT over Jericho Sims right now. I just don't see how you make an argument for that. You can't, and especially when the news came out that Hartenstein is playing on inflamed Achilles. His mobility is not right. I could see that. I could see that sitting on my couch. Jericho Sims is stronger, and he has a high motor, and he's getting rebounds. He defends a little bit better right now. Like I don't understand what the deal is. You know what I mean? I don't understand what Coach Tommy T sees. I think Jericho Sims plays better with the second unit, and I think if the loss goes on anything tonight is on again poor coaching strategies for Coach Tommy T. I think Coach Tommy T lost this game the moment he decided to take Cam Reddish out. I mean, to take Quentin Grimes out and have Cam Reddish guard. Yeah, I think nah. Yeah, it's something wrong with Obi's confidence. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get to that. I'm not done with Coach Tommy T. Right? Again, I reiterate. There's no such thing as stopping a player like John Morant. You can only hope to slow him down. I think Quentin Grimes did a great job doing that with the help of Mitchell Robinson in the first half. The way they was trapping John Morant coming off a screen and rolls was perfect. Um, John Morant, for the most part, it took him all of the first half to make it to 10 points. That's mostly because of the defense of Quentin Grimes with the help of Mitchell Robinson. But when Coach Tommy T made the decision that Cam Reddish was going to be the primary defender on John Morant, and we lost the game. And you could it repeatedly. Cam Reddish couldn't get around the screens tonight. He couldn't keep up with John Morant's quickness, which makes sense because John Morant is fast and he's hard to tell a 6'8", 6'9" man to keep up with John Morant. That's difficult. That's a difficult task. But Quentin Grimes was doing that. That's why I'm so confused. That's why I'm so confused. Uh, and that was my two big issues. Dwayne, this is true. Dwayne, I'm not even arguing that. But what I'm saying is you gotta coach to the situation that's happening on the court. You can't coach to what happened last game. You can't coach to what happened last game or what usually happened. What the I should have told you that you it took yo, it took like 3 plays into the fourth. And I disagree with that. Raquel. That's Raquel, whatever. I disagree with that, bro. Knicks are not bad. I just think we're not great. I give you that. We're not a great team, but we're not bad. I just think the coach is poor at situational coaching. The easy adjustment to me was to keep Quentin Grimes on John Morant because that's who beat us down the stretch pretty much. John Morant because he was getting to wherever he wanted to go. Uh, he was getting in the lane. And another thing too, another fix to me was Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims. Robert, scoring wasn't the issue in the fourth quarter, bro. You can say too much ISO all you want, but scoring was the issue. We was trading buckets with these guys. We couldn't get stops. We couldn't get stops. That's what lost us the game. Robert, that's what lost us the game. It wasn't the offense. We were getting buckets. We were getting buckets. We were trading buckets. We were keeping pace with them scoring. We just could not get stops. And it starts at the point of attack with Ja Morant, with Cam Reddish not being able to keep up with Ja Morant the same way that Quentin Grimes was. Quentin Grimes was doing a really good job. I don't understand why he was relegated to the bench. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And in my eyes, Brunson had some decent looks, man. I think he rushed. His second to last shot was definitely rushed. I feel like he could have got closer to the basket. Uh, but his last shot was a great look, right at the rim. He makes that 9 out of 10 times. Jalen Brunson makes that. I think Jalen Brunson has been clutch all game. Give him the ball. He was hot. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that offense at the end. I'm mad at the fact that Coach Tommy T didn't have a he because Barrett was playing good. Robert Barrett had a really good game tonight, and he was normally all throughout all his struggles. RJ had a really good game tonight. You couldn't make a case for benching RJ Barrett tonight. He had 22 points. Couldn't make a case. 22, 7, and 4. You couldn't make a case for benching RJ Barrett tonight. He had a really good game. He had a really good game. So you can't make a case for benching RJ Barrett. I think the, the the case that you make is that all right, you obviously you got Cam in there to guard Ja Morant. Obviously, it's not working because Ja Morant is running right past Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish can't get around Steven Adams screens. Like one pick, Cam is rubbed out the play. Pause. Right. So like I don't understand like what Coach Tommy T was watching to make him be like, this is what we're gonna run with all the way down the stretch. Now don't get me wrong. Cam made some really decent plays on offense. He made some really decent plays on offense. I'm not even mad at that. Right? Yeah, if you're in the building, press like for your boy one time. That's a fact. Uh yeah, I'm not even mad at what Cam was doing. He did some solid stuff. My problem is we did my guy Grimes did a decent job guarding John Morant all game. I mean, in the first half, it took John Morant up into damn near the first half was over to hit 10 points. He ended up with 27 tonight. What was the difference between the first half and the second half? It's the change of his primary defender, which was Quentin Grimes changing to Cam Reddish. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying that Cam didn't play well. I'm saying it's the most important part was we had we had a decent handle on John Morant tonight. Pause. When Quentin Grimes was guarding John Morant, Ja Morant did not pass 10 points in this game. He did not hit double digits until damn near the first half was over. Second half starts, he still wasn't even going off because Quentin Grimes was checking him. He started really getting buckets in the fourth when Cam was the guy guarding him the whole fourth quarter. Cam couldn't stay in front of him. That's the big difference. I don't understand what made Coach Tommy T make the switch. Don't understand what was making Coach Tommy T make the switch. He was getting to the foul line because he was getting past his initial defender. That's why he was getting to the foul line. And Joe, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. Like it was working. It was working. It was working. I don't understand what Coach Tommy T saw that was like, yo, let me go away from what's working. I don't get it. I don't understand why Jericho Sims is relegated to the bench when Hartenstein is getting horsed by Steven Adams and the other bigs on 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 the Grizzlies. Clearly, Hartenstein is not strong enough to stay in front of Steven Adams. You got a guy in Jericho Sims who's built like a tank. You got a guy like Jericho Sims on the bench who's built like a tank. And Hartenstein is getting abused by Steven Adams. Hartenstein is clearly dealing with an Achilles, an inflamed Achilles, and is messing with his mobility. I can see that. But you got a young, fresh guy in Jericho Sims who's been playing really good basketball as of late, sitting on the bench. I'm not seeing what Coach Tommy T is seeing to make these decisions, bro. I'm not seeing it. I need someone to maybe explain these things to me. That's the most disappointing thing about this loss to me. I'm not mad at the loss because I feel like the team as a whole played really solid. You feel me? The Memphis Grizzlies are a really good basketball team. Ja Morant is a bona fide superstar. Like I'm not really mad at this loss. I'm just mad at the decision. I'm confused and perplexed at the decisions that was made that I feel I play I feel like well the decision that was made that I feel like that cost us the game. I'm not even talking about the minutes that Jules was playing the five flu. I'm talking about the minutes that Hartenstein was getting. Sims needed those minutes that Hartenstein was getting. Hartenstein, like I don't understand. Like if watching the game, like Steven Adams was moving Hartenstein out the way, like he wasn't even really there, because that Steven Adams is built like that. You got a guy in Jericho Sims who's built like an action figure, and he's sitting on the bench. I'm absolutely comfortable with that. I'm absolutely comfortable with that. Again, as per usual, Brunson is one of the main components why we was even in this game. Coming down the stretch, he was on fire. He was getting to his spots. I think the last two shots he took were really good shots. He makes those shots on a consistent basis. Uh, Brunson has the highest field goal percentage on the team. He's shooting at 50% for my starters. I mean, maybe Mitchell Robinson has a higher field goal percentage because all he does is dunk. But yeah, Brunson, I'm absolutely cool with those shots. I think he had a good look for the his last shot was a really good look. Uh, I think uh, the first shot he rushed it a little bit, but he got to his spot. This is another spot that he makes those shots on a consistent basis. And he was hot in the fourth quarter. You feel me? He was hot in the fourth quarter. That's like so. I'm completely comfortable with those shots. My guy Brunson had like 34 tonight. 30. He had 30. This is third game in a row with a 30 piece. You feel me? Like I'm absolutely comfortable with that shot. I just feel like We lost this game because we couldn't get stops. You feel me? It's not because we couldn't score. It's because we couldn't stop them. And we couldn't stop them is because Cam Reddish could not stay in front of John Morant. John Morant was getting to the paint way too easily, which wasn't happening in the first half. In the beginning part of the fourth quarter, it wasn't happening. The difference was Coach Tommy T went away from Quentin Grimes being the primary defender on John Morant. That to me, that's what really lost us the game. To me, that's what really lost us the game. Even if everybody knew, even if everybody knew what Brunson was doing, he still got to he got to his spots, bro. Those were really good looks at the basket. No, like it was one defender guarding JB on that last layup, bro, or that last floater. He just missed it. He just missed it. I think what he should have done is what he normally do is instead of going straight up, what he should have did is do his patented pump fake. He had boy. If he would have hit him with the pump fake, turn around, we win that game. Over, we at least go into overtime. But it was a good look. I'm not mad at JB's shot selection. I'm not mad at him taking the shot. I'm just perplexed at what made Coach Tommy T take Quentin Grimes out of the game and not put him back in. I'm perplexed at that. To me that's what lost us the game because John Morant started having his way, and we couldn't stop him because John Morant was getting where he wanted when he wanted. And I like Cam Reddish. This is not even a knock on Cam Reddish. It's a tall task to ask a guy that's 6'8" to stay in front of John Morant, bro. Like that's a tall task to ask. For anybody Cam Reddish size to stay in front of John Morant. That's a tall task, and I think he shouldn't have asked Cam Reddish to do that. I think Quentin Grimes was doing well enough job that that didn't need to happen. And I also think that Quentin Grimes wasn't that much of a liability on offense that he needed to be relegated to the bench. Maybe Quentin Grimes wasn't shooting great. He did make a three. He made a layup, but he made a lot of crucial passes too that led to good offense for us. So I'm not understanding what Coach Tommy T was seeing that made him make that decision. I just can't. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it, bro. To me, that was lost us the game. And I'm not even mad at the loss, man, because like I said, I like the way the team fought. I like the way the team fought. Yeah, I like the way the team fought tonight, man. It was a hard fought game, and that's all I could really ask of my team. I'm just confused at Coach Tommy T's decision. That's the only thing that got me perplexed and a little confused tonight. It's like, yo, I don't understand why you did that. Because to me, that's what lost us the game. I feel like we win this game if Quentin Grimes is on the court. Guarding John Morant, we win. That's how I feel. But anyway, into other things, you know what I mean? Because it ain't all bad. Mitchell Robinson had a great game tonight. I was Mitchell Robinson had a great game tonight. 16.7 rebounds. He was putting in work. I forgot how many blocks he had. He was blocking everything tonight. Hold on, cause I be going for like the quick stats. I don't be pulling up the whole stat sheet because I be trying to hurry up and get here to holler at my people. But yeah, I don't like it. Mitchell Robinson had a great game tonight. 16 and 7. How many blocks my guy had? Hold on, I got y'all real quick, man. Uh, box score, all stats. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson blocks. He had 5 blocks tonight, bro. Mitchell Robinson was a beast tonight. Absolute beast. I'm not mad at Mitchell Like And I know Mitchell Robinson is still trying to get back into complete basketball shape after spraining his knee, but he's super important for this team. The defense he was playing early on in the game was highly impressive. Uh, like I said, it wasn't only Quentin Grimes that was giving John Morant a hard time. It was the trapping off the ball that Quentin Grimes and Mitchell Robinson was doing together. That was giving John Morant a hard time in the first half, and I was very impressed by that, man. And I'm sad that we went away from that. I'm sad that we went away from that. And another thing too, like Hartenstein, he doesn't he wasn't coming out. We lost because not because of that, because we lost because what you call it. We lost because Coach Tommy T took out Quentin Grimes as the primary defender on John Morant and had Cam Reddish doing it. Quentin Grimes played amazing defense on Cam Reddish tonight. I know I said this like a billion times, but I'm catching up, Big Fan Breezy. Uh, he played tremendous defense on John Morant tonight. Uh, and it's too much to ask a 6'9" guy to try to stand in front of John Morant, which is Cam Reddish. He's 6'9". It's too much to ask. That guy's too quick. You feel me? It's too much to ask. And that's why we lost, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But back to what I was saying, Mitchell Robinson had a great game tonight. RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, he's been struggling. It's been a lot. It's been said a lot about his struggles. You feel me? He was 50% from the field tonight. The whole team struggled from the 3-point line. He was 2 for 6 from the 3-point line. But he had a solid game, man. 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds, excuse me, 4 assists. You know what I mean? Like he had a solid game tonight. And we need this kind of level of play from RJ Barrett on a more consistent basis. You feel me? That's my problem with RJ Barrett is that we don't see this consistent level of play from him this often. Like, and he's taking his time around the basket. That's the thing. You know, tonight you didn't watch him, try too many times try to lay it up on with 3 guys. You feel me? He was picking his spots, getting into transition, getting transition baskets. That's the kind of play that we need from RJ Barrett. There are a few times that I was mad at RJ Barrett because he be standing there watching on defense too much, and I don't like that. There was a crucial play where the offensive rebound just kind of fell in Steven Adams' lap. And RJ Barrett had an amazing opportunity to make a play on the basketball when Steven Adams was going back up because Steven Adams was trying to go around the basket. Mitchell Robinson was behind Steven Adams. RJ Barrett was literally standing right there and just watched it happen. Uh, make Steven Adams make a play out of that. Make a play out of that. Mitchell Robinson is evidently sealed out. I just like it was just too much standing and watching. It was another shot where I think was it Dylan Brooks. I think Dylan Brooks took a 3-point shot. He missed it. RJ Barrett closed out, and he was standing on the side of Dylan Brooks after the closeout. And when the ball missed, he was just standing there watching the basketball, not boxing out Dylan Brooks. Like, like those kind of plays would bothers me. You feel me? Like those are the kind of things that RJ Barrett need to be better at. It was another play where it was a missed shot. It was a long rebound. RJ Barrett's already leaking out for the fast break before the rebound is secured, and his man gets the rebound again. Those kind of things RJ Barrett need to clean up and be more consistent, right? So that's the things I want to see from RJ Barrett clean up, be more consistent, play like he did tonight. Gotta find a way to start knocking down these 3-point shots because they were taking good shots. They just weren't falling, man. Like so, those are things I want to see from RJ Barrett. But overall, RJ Barrett had a decent game. Julius Randle, he only had 14 points. He only shot the ball 9 times tonight. And I'm not mad at Julius only shooting the ball 9 times tonight. He was a little bit under. He was 4 for 9. Clearly didn't have it really going. Uh, so I'm not mad at Jules only shooting 9 times a night because there were other guys offensively that were doing great things. RJ Barrett was playing, like I said, uh, RJ Barrett was playing relatively decent tonight. Jalen Brunson was having a really good game. You know, you got a unexpected scoring punch from Mitchell Robinson with 16. So we didn't need Julius Randle to go out there and try to force the issue to score. So I'm happy to see that he fell back offensively, right? Uh, but he also had he also had 10 rebounds and 9 assists tonight. To me, that's a great game for Julius Randle tonight. We really didn't need too much of an offensive punch from Julius Randle, but he did contribute heavily on the boards, and he got us 9 assists. Only 9 assists, 1 turnover. 9 assists, 1 turnover. That's a great game. 14, 9, 14, 10, and 9. I'm not mad at that from Julius Randle tonight. You feel me? I'm not mad. Uh, but you know him too as well. He looked a little bit sluggish on the defensive end. It's too many times that Julius Randle get caught there just standing there watching, and I don't like that. You feel me? I don't like that. I don't want to see none of these guys standing there watching things happen on the basketball court. There's not enough reacting, too much watching. And Julius Randle was a culprit of that a few times tonight. I can't remember the specific plays like I did with RJ, but I do remember a few times standing and looking like, yo, Jules, what are you doing? There was a few times where he wasn't even trying to close out on a man shooting a 3 point shot, and that bothers me, right? That bothers me. There's too many times where Julius Randle's in charge of closing out on a guy on the wing, and he's really slow getting out there. That has to change for Julius Randle. But yeah, now on to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson was an absolute dog tonight. You feel me? Everybody who says that you know Jalen Brunson was overpaid, why shut your filthy mouths, man. Put some respect on Jalen Brunson's name, man. Granted, he missed two crucial shots at the end of you know the game against the Blazers. Three in a row. The three in a row, really clutch shots to close out games. He missed, right? One against the Blazers, two tonight. But if you look at it, we wouldn't even be in those games if it wasn't for the play of Jalen Brunson. His play in the fourth quarter was absolutely pivotal for us to get back into the game. Oh, that's my guy, Matty Smooth. Yeah, what's good, Matty? I didn't even know that was you, Nick Nacker. Matty Smooth always got a different name, man. Like he was Matty Smooth, that he was Matt, whatever his last name is. Now he's Nick Nacker. My guy, Matty Smooth, in the comments. Shout out to you, bro. Uh, Wishful thinking, Barry. Eh, that ain't gonna happen, brother. Yeah, yeah, nah. Jalen Brunson was an absolute dog tonight. I'm not. Darlene Bryant was good. Uh, Jalen Brunson's a dog, man, and he built for those moments, man. And I love to see it. And everybody who said that Jalen Brunson was overpaid and he wouldn't move the needle, you guys need to shut your filthy mouths, man. Because I do believe that's a fact. Jimmy J1, shout out to my guy. You feel me? I do believe that the team will eventually start knocking down these 3 point shots because they're taking really good shots, man. You know, uh, these last couple games where we've been missing, beginning of the season, we were just chucking them up. Marlon was good, Brody. I see you. In the beginning of the season, we were just chucking up 3 point shots. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wasn't a big fan of that. I felt like we was taking a lot of bad shots. But tonight, I feel like the shots that we took were decent ones. They were good looks. Uh, they were good looks, and I feel like they're going to eventually start falling for us, man. Uh, but back to what I was saying about Jalen Brunson, man, he's an absolute dog, man. He's an absolute dog, man. You can't say nothing bad about Jalen Brunson, bro. To me, like some people make the argument he's undersized. He might be a defensive liability. I don't. I feel like Coach Tommy T thus far has done a pretty decent job of kind of hiding Jalen Brunson to the point where he can't be overly exposed. on the defensive end, right? So like you can't even use that about Jalen Brunson. But what the fact of the matter is, when the game is close and when it come down to it, he's been putting in work for us. You feel me? He's been helping putting us in positions where we could possibly win some of these games, man. And you can't take nothing away from him for that. What the stat line was tonight? 30 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal, 2 turnovers. You feel me? Like 8 for 19 from the field, 3 from 5 for 3 point line, 11 for 12 from the free throw line. Like you can't be mad at these numbers, man. Jalen Brunson left it all on the line tonight to try to get this W. You know, it's just unfortunate. Those last 2 looks he got didn't fall. I think they were great looks. I think they were great looks, man. I think they were great looks. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't like. You can't say nothing bad about JB, man. And I don't also understand too why Derrick Rose didn't get no more PT. Like he got 12 minutes, especially when Emmanuel quickly went down with an injury. Especially when Emmanuel quickly went down with an injury, why Derrick Rose didn't get more PT. Derrick Rose, it's not like Derrick Rose was playing that bad game. He was 3 for 7, 6 points. He only played 12 minutes. Like I really don't be understanding what Coach Tommy T be watching on the court, bro. I don't. I don't. Uh, you know, I ain't really got no smoke for Cam Reddish, man. He had a pretty solid game. Uh, Cam Reddish be making some clutch buckets too. I ain't gonna lie, but to me, again, I'm gonna really beat this dead horse. That to me, what lost us the game is the fact that Cam Reddish couldn't stay in front of Ja Morant. Even though Cam Reddish did some good things on the basketball tonight, he was 11 points, 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 for 3 point line, 2 assists, a steal. But at the end of the day, he couldn't help us get those stops that we needed to win the game. I feel like Quentin Grimes would have did that. I feel like Quentin Grimes would have did that, but Cam had a decent game coming off the bench, 24 minutes, 11 points. I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Obi, I'm not understanding what's going on with Obi Toppin though. Uh, I feel like his confidence may be waning a little bit. He looks confused a lot on the defensive end. Uh, that boy from the Grizzlies, Jared, what Jackson Jr. What's his name? Yeah, Jaron Jackson Jr. was making Obi look like a little boy tonight, man. He was running up his chest a few times. You feel me? And I was not pleased with that. He was going straight at Obi on the defensive end. You feel me? And that's a knock about Obi is his defensive ability. Jared Jackson he knew that and he was trying to run up Obi's chest, man. Obi offensively 9 points. He was 4 for 8, 1 for 4 from the 3 point line. He's another one, just like the whole team, struggled from 3 point line tonight. Struggled from the 3 point line tonight. Hey, yo, listen, I'm a firm believer. And Darlene, and that's a question I have too. I don't understand why he didn't. I really don't. I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Like that's the question that I keep on asking myself. What is Coach Tommy T watching to make him make these decisions that he be making throughout the game? Because like yo, if you're a person that claims you watch as much videotapes that you claim you watch, like what are you seeing like that you make these decisions, bro? Like and another one I'm confused about is Hartenstein should be playing over Jericho Simmons right now. He shouldn't. Like you can't there's nothing that you could see in a videotape that could tell you that Hartenstein right now is playing better basketball than Jericho Simmons. There's nothing. There's nothing you could say. There's no argument to be made for that. And I'm a fan of Hartenstein. You feel me? I'm a fan of Hartenstein, what he could possibly bring to this team. But when the news came out, he was playing with an inflamed Achilles. I'm like, yo, bro, you got a whole nother center on the bench. Why not give him PT and let Hartenstein rest his Achilles, bro? Because what I'm watching Hartenstein being late on rotations, being able to not able to get out. unable to get in front of his man to box him out. Like there's a lot of things that Hartenstein is being hampered with this thing with his Achilles, but yet you're still trying him out on a court over a guy who's 100% healthy and playing really well. Don't make sense. I don't understand what that man sees to make him make these decisions. Uh, so yeah, man, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I feel like again, in summation, before I dip up out of here, uh, I'm not mad at the loss, man. We lost to a really good team. I'm confused and frustrated by some of the decisions uh made by the head coach to me that led to us losing this game. That's what I that's my takeaway from the game. I think the Knicks played really well, especially in the second half, the fourth quarter. I think we played really well. I think we played really well. We couldn't get no stops. We couldn't stop John Morant, and that was a problem. You know what I mean? And that was the problem. Well, yo, yo, Matt, Matt. About Friday, yo, listen. The refs gave the Blazers that game. And Jeremy Grant had 40 off the strength of shooting 28 free throws. The whole Knicks team only shot 28 free throws. If you look at the stat line from that game, we made more field goals. We made more three-point field goals. They out rebounded us by three. They shot more free throws than us. Obviously, they shot 51 free throws. We had more assists. We had more steals. We had more blocks. We had more points in the paint. We had more fast break points. We had less turnovers. We dominated that game on Friday in every aspect except for free throws. And they out rebounded us by three. The refs gave that game on Friday. And it's starting to feel like it, man. Joe, this is a fact, bro. I feel like Coach Tommy T doesn't he sucks at in-game adjustments. Like you sitting there standing up the whole game with a scowl on your face. What the hell are you watching? What the hell were you what the hell were you watching when you thought Quentin Grimes is not doing a good enough job on John Morant? Let me put Cam Reddish in on it and watch Cam Reddish get ran past possession after possession and be like, oh shit, let me put Quentin Grimes back in there because he was doing a better job. Like, what were you watching? What were you watching? And that's my question to Coach Tommy T, bro. What do you be watching, bro, for you to make these decisions? What were you watching that you thought that Hartenstein was doing a good enough job that you didn't need to try Jericho Sims on guarding Steve Adams, bro, or helping boxing out Steve Adams? Jericho Sims is built like a action figure, bro. I'm not saying that he would have kept Steve Adams off the boards. I'm saying he would have done a better job than Isaiah Hartenstein tonight. That's what I'm saying. What are you watching, bro? What are you watching? I'm confused. I'm perplexed. What are you watching, bro? That's why, to me, this is why we lose the game, bro. I can't point out nothing else that the Knicks did wrong, except for not making 3-point shots, obviously, right? Right? It's except for not making 3-point shots because we were woeful from 3-point land tonight. I think we was like 10 for 30 or some wild shit like that, right? Yeah, we were 10 from 30 from 3-point line tonight, right? So obviously, aside from making our 3-point shots, I really can't point to nothing else that we were 50% from the field. We shot 50% from the field tonight. We shot 83% from the free throw line. We lost the rebounding battle, mostly in my opinion, due to Isaiah Hartenstein being on on the court instead of Jericho Sims. We gave up 16 offensive rebounds again, my opinion. Hartenstein over Jericho Sims. We had 30 assists tonight, 7 blocks. We had less turnovers. We did a decent job. They scored more fast break points than us. We did a decent job dead even in points in the paint. So again, we played a solid game, bro. We played a really solid game. I can't like, and that's why I'm only pointing to these two things because to me, those are the two keys to this game. To me, why we lost, and that's a heartbreaker to lose, bro. That's a heartbreaker to lose. Coach Tommy T got to do coach situational basketball better. Because this loss is not on the players, bro. It's not. I'm not putting this loss on no Nick players tonight, bro. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not, bro. This again. This is on Coach Tommy T, bro. I felt like our guys played a great game. That's how I feel. I feel like our guys played a great game tonight. Uh, Especially adapting and starting to go to the basket more. You feel me? Like once they realized the 3-point shots wasn't falling, we shot less of them. We started going to the basket. In turn, helped us start and get to the foul line. You know what I mean? We shot 30 free throws tonight. I'm not mad at that. 83%. He was 25 for 30. Not mad at that. Like I'm looking at the box score, and after watching the game, I can't point out nothing that I could be like I'm mad that the players did tonight. It's nothing. It's nothing. 8 turnovers all game. We took care of the ball. We played solid defense for the most part. 3 steals, 7 blocks. For Mitchell Robinson had 5 blocks tonight. 30 assists. Like that's what's is making me even more frustrated as I'm reading these stats and be like, yo, we played a really solid game tonight. A really solid game. And because the ineptness of the coach to be able to, read the game and make the proper end game adjustments, or for tonight's matter, make the wrong in game adjustment. The one time that he didn't need to change something, he changes it. Usually, you bugging. RJ had a solid game. What were you watching, bro? This is like this is like such a typical Nick thing to do. This is such a typical Nick thing to say. A guy has a struggle. Oh, he got to go. No, he has to find a way to work out his struggles. And tonight, he had a solid game. RJ shot like 50% from the field tonight. What are you talking about? His 3-point shots was trash, but so was the whole team. You feel me? RJ Barrett had a solid game tonight. Yeah, he was 9 for 18 from the field. That's 50%. Bro, it's bro, chill out. RJ's gonna be all right, bro. Yo, that's such a Nick thing is the panic. Oh my God, trade RJ. Like what? He had 22 points tonight on 50% shooting, and you talking about trading him? No, no, he's not. Oh my God, that's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not nearly as good as RJ Barrett. Are you serious? That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful, Fluke. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a bum, and Tim Hardaway Jr. can't play no defense. RJ Barrett ain't been playing great defense this season, but Tim Hardaway Jr. plays zero. He ugly. He shot 50% from the field. The whole team was woeful from the 3-point line. It wasn't just RJ Barrett. Even though RJ Barrett shot poor from three, he still shot 50% from the field. The whole team was bad from three tonight. Now, granted, up RJ Barrett had a rough stretch of games. Like predating this game. He had a very rough stretch of games, and it was ugly. Fluke, I was frustrated too. And to me, I feel like R.J. Barrett was forcing his shots in the paint more than he should have been. Uh, R.J. Barrett had a solid game tonight, bro. I don't know what you was watching. Everybody shot horrible from the 3-point line. And I don't want R.J. Barrett shooting 6 3-pointers in a game. I don't want that ever. I don't want R.J. Barrett shooting 6 3-pointers ever. That's to me that shouldn't happen. R.J. Barrett should tap out around 4 3 points. If you're not 3 from 4 by the time if you're not 50% by the time you reach 4 3-pointers, stop shooting them shits. Let's get to the cup. Yeah, but tonight this game is on Coach Tommy T and that horrible decision to take Quentin Grimes out the game. That was the worst decision I've seen in a long time. Everybody was struggling from three. I don't want nobody on our team shooting that much. Like so, for instance, right? I don't I don't think he can necessarily can't. I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying that his skill is better at getting to the basket. Like that, like and my theory behind that is the same theory that I was using for like Julius Randle, bringing the ball up the court last season. Just because you could do something some of the time doesn't mean you're supposed to be doing it all of the time, right? Just because you could do it some of the time, that doesn't mean you should be doing it all of the time. And I think RJ Barrett is way better at getting to the basket than he is shooting 3 pointers. So why would I want him to take 6 3 pointers when those 6 shots, that 2 of those shots could be him going to the basket, getting fouled, getting the and one, because he's better at doing that. Yo, listen, man. I think tick tick tick, man. Tick tick tick. Because as I'm watching this team play, right? As I sit here and I watch the Knicks play, and I'm looking at the Knicks play, and I'm like, yo, this team is really not bad, bro. There's some ballers on this team. This team could be something solid for real. But I feel like we hampered by the coach inability to make the proper in-game adjustments. I feel like every night I'm going back like watching the game and I'm like, damn, Tibbs, what why did Tibbs do this? Like for instance, third quarter of this game, it's like 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Julius Randle's obviously out of gas, but you still got him on the court. Why? You want the team to play up tempo basketball, but you don't want to rotate the team. We got enough athletes on this team where you could rotate them at a decent pace to keep fresh legs in, or we gonna turn up. We gonna run. We gonna run. But you don't. I'm watching Julius Randle about like what 6 minutes left in the third quarter, buckled over, holding his shorts, and I'm like, so you not gonna take him out? You not gonna take him out the game? No, he doesn't. Leave Julius Randle in the whole, and Julius Randle wasn't really like, especially on the defensive end. When Julius tired, he not playing no defense, bro, and that's a fact. And I'm a Julius Randle supporter, and I can tell you that Julius get tired, he not playing no defense, bro. So why not take him out, bring him back in when he fresh? No, it doesn't make sense. I think so. The thing about RJ getting to the basket, bro, I think is more of shot selection, bro. He doesn't know when to be like, yo, there's 3 guys on me right now. I need to not try to lay this ball up. You feel me? That's the problem. But when he's smart about his drives, he's great at getting to the basket. That's cap. You feel me? When he's smart about his drive, I just think that he's horrible. Like his decision making these last few games, well, except for this game, the games preceding this game has been horrible with him getting to the basket. Like him trying to lay it up over three people. Like nobody's going to make those layups. Nobody's going to make a layup trying to lay it up over three people. That's been RJ Barrett's problem. A night like tonight, where he's been more selective when he's trying to lay the ball up, uh, he obviously had a better game. He shot 50% from the field, even though he was 2 from 6 from 3 point line. He still ended up shooting 50% from the field. You know what I mean? It's all about shot selection. Um, yeah, man. Coach Tibbs got to get it together, bro. Like I said, I'm not mad at that. The team played. The team played a solid game tonight, man. The team played a solid game tonight. Coach Tibbs let them down again. Yo, sometimes I usually try to watch the post games interviews, but I don't even want to hear Coach Tommy T speak tonight, bro. Just hearing him trying to explain the bullshit that happened pisses me off. And it's never a thing of, yo, I should have did this better. I should have left this person in. Oh, it's we gotta do this more. And it's always on the players. Oh, we gotta do. No, you gotta put the players in the right position to be successful, bro. Tonight you didn't put Cam in a position to be successful guarding John Morant. That no, 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 bro. And then another thing, right? And then another thing, right? So Fluke mentioned earlier that what you call it, Julius Randle was playing a lot of five, right? Fluke, he wasn't a factor. He wasn't a factor into the fourth quarter. The way midway through the third to the fourth quarter when Cam Reddish started guarding him. When Quentin Grimes was on him, he wasn't really a factor like that. He started going crazy when Grimes was on the bench. I feel like these Knicks players deserve better, bro. They deserve better. We could be. I feel like we could be such a better team, bro. We could be such a better team with the players that we have, and we just had a coach that was competent enough to make the in-game adjustments. In-game adjustments, bro. There be none. But this old man just standing up, scowling at the court the whole time, looking confused as fuck. Coach Tommy T be looking confused, bro. I be sitting there, like when they paying over to him, he like, well, bro, why are you scout? Like, do something, do something, help us. Matty Smooth, David Fizdale was one of the worst coaches I've ever seen coach basketball, bro. That's a fact. Mike Miller wasn't a good coach neither. He was an interim coach, and those teams weren't good, bro. First of all, and it's disgusting what Coach Tommy T is even doing to D Rose. Like, why he treating D Rose like this? Granted, D Rose is not gonna get a mega amount of minutes due to Jalen Brunson being on a team. But bro, you barely giving D Rose any minutes, any. And it's not like D Rose can't help this team. He absolutely can. But you got him on the bench, and you gonna run poor little Jalen Brunson into the ground, bro. How much minutes Jalen Brunson averaging a game right now? Because I bet you it's over 35 minutes a game. Oh nah, 33 minutes a game. But still, bro, he be like he don't even have to play Jalen Brunson as many minutes. The only reason why it's under 35 minutes because he played 24 minutes against OKC the first time we played. That's the only reason why it's under 35 minutes. Bro, and this is my thing, right? It's like I don't know. You know what? I'm over it. I've been here for an hour. I've been here way too longer than I already wanted to be here. Shout out to my bro Fluke for pulling up. I mean, I remember the last time Fluke been on a live this long. Pause. Right. I remember when Fluke graced us with his presence for this amount of time. Appreciate you being here, bro. Like, and for those who don't know, my brother literally like all the artwork you see involving, Knicks ish and who run the city. That's my God does that. You feel me? My brother holds it down for the gang. You feel me? Like I'm talking about the new intro video for Knicks ish, Fluky. New intro video for Who Run the City, Fluky. You feel me? That's my brother, man. But yeah, yo, Tibbs got to get it right, man. Tibbs got to get it right. This team is better than what the record is stating. I'm just watching it and I can see it. I can see it. Like this team is better than what the record is. It's like, bro, you just not putting nobody in position to be great. Somebody get Kenny Atkinson on the line, bro. Get him on the line. Get Kenny Atkinson back in New York City, bro. Tibbs, I don't know if Tibbs is it, bro. I don't know. Sad to say it. I don't know, bro. I don't know if he it. It might be time to move on. It might be time to move on. Give me Kenny Atkinson, man. That's my pick for the next head coach of the New York Knicks. Kenny Atkinson, man. He had his team. And the reason why I say Kenny Atkinson, because yo, the reason why I say Kenny Atkinson, right, is because look what he did to the young boys in Brooklyn when he was coaching them, right? He had that team in the playoffs, and that team wasn't really good. He developed Jared Allen and Karis LeVert into really solid players, bro. He's the reason why Joey Buckets got a bag. Like if we hire Mike D'Antoni, we ain't gonna never win no games. So Mike D'Antoni don't play no defense, and our team is not a good 3-point shooting team. So nah, that won't work. I don't know, man. I can't really answer that question. I can't really answer that question. I don't know if the players do, but I'm near. I am there. I'm over it. I'm over it because there's no way that I should feel that I'm smarter than the head coach, man. There's no way that I should be sitting there and be like, bro, what is the no? There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way that I could see from my couch that that Cam Reddish couldn't guard John Morant, and John Morant was the reason why. Nah, get out of here, Barry. You trolling, bro. There we go, Fluke. That's it right there. That's a fact. That's a fact. The game is past Tibbs, man. I think the game is past him. I think he just don't like he's trying to adapt. Yeah, to his credit, you feel me? I do see him trying to adapt to the new era, but I think it's past him, man. I think he's too heavily reliant on certain players to make things work, right? Defensively, we only a good defensive team if Mitchell Robinson is on the court, right? Because when Mitchell Robinson is not on the court, we're not really getting stops, right? We're only a good offensive team when the point guard or his star player can dominate the offense, like just dominate the ball, and everybody stands around. Like, yo, so a lot of teams that you watch basketball, their shooters get in rhythm jump shots, bro. In rhythm 3-point shots coming off of off ball screens, curls and stuff like that, pin downs, all that, right? You you see that on other teams. You do not see none of that with the Knicks. And that's coaching philosophy, bro. Our half court sets be wild trash and predictable every time. We have versatile players that can do so many different things. Granted, they might not all be great at a certain aspect, but they can be adequate. You feel me? They can be adequate. But in my observation, they're not being put in the position to be successful, and that goes with the coaching. And that's because Isaiah Hartenstein is not really a rim protector, bro. Like he can be okay sometimes at protecting the rim, but that's not him. Jericho Sims could do that a little bit better, but instead of putting Jericho Sims in, he ran with Hartenstein. But anyway, I'm about to get off this. Pause. Who we play next on Tuesday? We play on Tuesday. I know that much. Yeah, Tuesday we play the Pistons. Tuesday we play the Pistons. You know, very winnable game for us. Yeah, I mean, we definitely need after this loss, after these last two losses, we definitely need a game that we can go out there and get the W quick, fast, and in a hurry. Uh, we definitely need a feel good victory, and I feel like the Pistons could definitely, give us that game. Uh, I think the Pistons definitely give us a bounce back game, man. We could definitely have a bounce back game when we play the Pistons. Because after that, the road gets tough. I ain't gonna hold you. After we play the Pistons on Tuesday, we play the Bucks on Wednesday, back to back. We fly to Detroit, then we fly back the next day, and to play the Bucks, and then on Wednesday, then on Saturday we play Dallas, and then Sunday we play the Cavs. Then after that, that Wednesday we play the Hawks. Our next, like we got some games coming up, man. So definitely we need to go out into Detroit and handle business, grab a little bit of momentum going into this Bucks game, and make it do what it do, man. Cause like it could get bad if we drop some more of these games, man. It could really get bad if we drop some more of these games. Because these games coming up is tough. Ain't nothing easy coming up. You know what I mean? But yo, I'm out of here, man. Shout out to everybody on the pull up for real. Uh, yeah, hopefully I ain't gonna make no promises. Hopefully I could do a recap after the Pistons game. And hopefully I see y'all there, man. I holla.